Alright, welcome back, guys. We're doing another Immortals video, because what the heck.
Yeah, why not, right?
And today we're actually going to do a highlight on 3 of the new characters. The obvious ones here are Voodoo Bray Wyatt.
And Swashbuckler Seth Rollins.
And the one that you don't see is Evolved Seth Rollins, because we don't have an extra one of him. And you can see based on the price, because Voodoo Bray Wyatt is the online reward, and you can't buy him in your store, but this is to give you an idea of how much they think he's worth.
And also his base stats, because all gold characters evolve using the same algorithm, so anybody who has the same attack to start out will have the same attack at level 50 Elite 7. And same with health. So this is a good idea of looking at his stats if you have a level 50 Elite 7 of any of the people with stats around him, it'll be a lot easier to visualize.
So now we can finally evolve him. He's got so basically he's decent attack. He's not the top, he's not the bottom. What's interesting is Evolved Seth Rollins, who I believe has the highest base attack of anybody.
Yeah.
So he's the gold pack exclusive. And Swashbuckler Seth Rollins is the current challenge character if you're watching this near the time we post it. So he's nerfs, or he blocks healing and adrenaline gain, or basically power gen, for 6 seconds after doing signature.
Yeah, he's just another way of blocking the Big Show combo now, so it's a lot more likely for people to really be able to combat it.
Yeah, he's like a Killer Frost.
Yeah, except on swapping.
Yeah. So, actually though, Killer Frost on her special one freezes, and when you freeze, you stop.
So he is like Killer Frost, except on swapping instead of first special.
So after you take your attack, he's completely unblockable and deals 25% more damage for 6 seconds. That's okay. Unblockable is okay too, but he doesn't... Most of the time your attack's right, it's not blocked anyways. Well, you know what? It's not bad. 6 seconds is a lot shorter than it should be. So what we're going to just show you is...
I think the unblockable and the damage together is a little bit good.
Yeah. So we're going to show them in action against Bonus Battle 6. Because there's a difference in the levels that's more than 4, you're going to see reduced gain, but once we get to the next one, we're going to pick it up.
No one except Bray Wyatt's going to be getting the XP bonus.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to give him a little bit more gear to make him more useful. And gear him out the way we would normally fight him. Alright, so we want Extreme Rules for the basic attack bonus, because he's going to be basic attacker. And we're going to want Celtic Cross for more basic attack.
I think for wrestling fans, this would probably be a really cool game to play. Because of all the, you can actually equip a bunch of gear that's based off of events and stuff. And it's interesting.
Oh, and actually I might as well just show you the Seth Rollins specific gear, which we got on him.
Yeah, because I don't think you or me either are really at all invested in wrestling.
Yeah. So Architect's Blade, it's the boost to Signature 1. And it also gives you a speed boost if you use Signature 1. Again, 6 seconds is not that long, but it's actually
50% is a lot.
And a crit chance on basic attack. So he's another, he's more of a specialist, but he's got the crit chance.
Does the speed boost stack or no?
I don't know.
Because if he can get 2.5 times as fast, that would be kind of overpowered.
That would be kind of cool.
Like bullet time.
So what we've geared him out here is for more power gen and boosting special 1, and that was to take advantage of the basic attacks, right? And also special 1. Alright, and lastly, Voodoo Bray Wyatt is interesting because we mentioned this in our update, but his passive is basically like Raven Prime Light. So when he drops below 20% health, he swaps health, but he only does that once per battle.
You want to give him money in the bank?
Yeah, let's do that.
Just for the small amount of extra money, we are credit farming after all. Credit and XP, right?
Yeah, it's amazing how fast. I mean, you look at our total. We've got a huge amount of credits from exploiting the season rewards glitch, which is now patched. But it's amazing how each new character potentially costs you somewhere on the order of like 500,000 to 1 million credits.
Yeah.
To max them out, depending whether you want to buy each new copy and how you're gonna, you unlock all the levels and max out all the they call them signatures here, the specials.
Yeah.
All right. So if you look at the opponents that we're fighting, what makes Bonus Battle 6 hard in the higher levels is there's usually one guy at the higher levels with a huge amount of health. In this case, it's Undertaker.
No, oh yeah, this time it's Undertaker, next time it's Triple H.
Yeah, so what I'll do is if Undertaker comes in, I'm going to swap in Bray Wyatt, let him swap out the health, and make our job a little bit easier. I mean, if he gets knocked out, if he gets knocked out, we still can manage with the 2 Seth Rollins, but it's significantly harder.
But it's pretty easy when it's below 20%, so 20% of 15k is how much? 2,000?
20%? 3,000?
Yeah.
3,000. What was hard was when we were leaving him not fully elite, leaving the 1 extra card, which we've used now to promote him, is that his health is lower, so it's harder to plan for getting the attack down in that last 20%.
Yeah, so this seems like he seems kind of like an equalizer card more than anything else, where it's like if he's your only good card, you can kind of swap out a kind of 1-for-1 against almost anybody in the game, right? Because it's AI, right? And the problem is, because he's so hard to get, he kind of has the use of an equalizer card, but he's usually only get him when you're actually in possession of a bunch of better cards. Oh, they're locked out from switching.
Yeah, but that's why, I don't know if you noticed, because the other Seth Rollins does a huge amount of damage, I would get to his, trigger Dean Ambrose's passive, where he would take no damage except from specials, before we actually had a bar of power. And then we'd be sort of screwed because you don't generate power nearly as fast. You don't generate power nearly as fast when he's triggered his fast passive.
Luke.
Come on, smack me around. Let's try a special just for its sake. Ooh, that was not so good tapping. To make up for that. Nice, perfect.
And the funny thing is, it doesn't even restore him back to full health, does it?
I don't think so. Yeah, because it's based on the size of the power bar, not in terms of total health.
Yeah, it's the percent of the health. Yeah. Right?
So it's just basically swapping the power bar. So even though he had like well over 100,
dropping the swapping the percent health bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there, at level 50, his max attack is 38,000, which is huge. He is clearly head and shoulders above everybody. Oh, sorry. So we'll do one more. So Triple H, and the last one's gonna be the harder one. We'll talk about when we get there. So let's. Gotta remember. So
because there's 2 guys with a lot of health in the last one.
Right, but one guy with a lot of health does way more damage.
Yeah.
So that's John Cena.
Yeah. It's John Cena! Oh man, the John Cena meme culture has just exploded recently.
I have not been in on it. What's that about?
Just the John Cena has been photoshopped into a bunch of stuff. Just everybody has been making jokes about John Cena, and mostly involving the theme song, like it's John Cena, boo boo doo doo, right? With all it's just a huge meme culture type stuff. Like these one guys did, this one radio station did they were trolling this lady, and they kept on like going Sunday, 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 John Cena pay-per-view, and the lady got like angrier with each call. And then started like swearing at them and telling her that.
See what I mean? All right, so hold on. 6 seconds was up, and even though he wasn't blocking, because he was attacking, the passive was actually useless. Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you.
And so she got really angry. She started swearing, threatening to call the cops on them and stuff. And then in the end, they told her they were from the radio station, and her husband had actually told them to prank call her and say the John Cena thing, and like they'd call her back, like, and it was just a log of like all the calls back to back. There's obviously a little bit of time in between each of them, but not very much, right? And so then like every once in a while they do a call, and she'd just be like, I swear to God, I'm going to call the police on you, and then like it would switch up from a man to a lady, and they'd be like, excuse me, I'm sorry, I just wanted to ask if you support the Marine Corps. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm so sorry, we just had this person calling over and over again, but yeah, totally I do. It's like, well, there's an ex-vet who's gonna be playing on Sunday, and it's John Cena!
That's nuts.
Yeah, and so
Right.
it was just...
So see how John Cena's got 56 damage, and
Yeah,
Undertaker's
huge
got
damage.
31. So I would almost rather have John Cena
Bray Wyatt.
do our dirty work on John Cena, because we can manage Necromancer. Even if you make a mistake, he's not going to do nearly as much damage. He's going to do about half the damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, John Cena has been in a bunch of stuff, and he's obviously, with anything that becomes this big on the internet, there's also some kind of, like, just not okay jokes that have been made too. I'm not going to go into them, but there's just a lot of stuff with John Cena.
Alright, Money in the Bank, if it triggers, you can't get the first hit, and every other time, you're fast enough, but if Money in the Bank shows up, then you can't even get your attack in typically unless you make something really slow.
Oh, nice. Goodbye, John Cena.
Alright, I want to use the other Seth Rollins show. He's got a funny special too. Or I should say signature too. Hold on. Oops. The good thing he's not doing a lot of damage, so we have a lot of chance to generate some power, or adrenaline, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
One more. Alright, she's going to do her special. That gives us a chance to do an unblock special too. Look. Swashbuckler, right?
Yeah.
Cannon!
You know what, I haven't even really played or seen play of WWE Immortals. Are all of their specials different for different styles of characters? Even if they're the same people?
They do it like Injustice, so
So it's mostly the second special.
the second special is the different one
Okay.
for a lot of them. The
But
first,
Voodoo Bray Wyatt had a different first special too, didn't he?
let's see.
I thought he did. Oh, no, he didn't. You were using the second. I guess I just didn't notice. Sorry about that.
That's alright.
Anyways, I think that's an interesting and it's a nice touch, right? To have one different special for each version of the character. That way there's always new stuff about them, even if it's not just how they look, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. That gets boring pretty quick.
Yeah, because
See,
really...
unblock is a special. Like having unblockable, now my unblockable over 6 seconds is not very long at all. So for practical purposes, it's not a huge advantage to his passive. But I think that makes up for it by having a huge amount of basic attack. Yikes. Even though he is a little bit squishy. Where his health is not that great. Oh,
Boom,
I thought
one
that'd be
hit.
enough.
One hit, boom.
Alright.
Kick to the face.
So the two new Seth Rollins are really, really good.
Yeah.
The Swashbuckler is more of a balanced kind of character. Seth Rollins is skewed way towards damage.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, since we showed the Seth Rollins, we'll do this in our update too, in case you're not watching this. But besides the Seth Rollins specific gear, there is also a Batista specific gear. We'll just take a quick look at that. So yeah, Immortals. It's been a little bit fun, but again, we're hoping maybe that
Head half of strength.
Oh yeah, I know the.
Hulk Hogan, you
Yeah.
went past it.
No, but I was looking for Bestial Companion.
Oh,
There we go.
sorry.
This one starts off as Beast, Fang of the Beast or Beast Fang, and it's not that great. Health boost is okay. Stun chance on last hit is okay. And healing self, but it's only a 25% chance of healing self. My signature is kind of crap.
Yeah.
So not bad. So yeah, the head wrap. Where's the head wrap?
Head wrap of strength.
Yeah, it's funny that they're keeping this because I mean, considering that you're not going to be able to have Hulk Hogan except at level 1 with no promotions.
Unless you bought like a bunch of the pack.
You can only buy that pack once.
Oh.
When
Yeah,
Evolved was
never
there.
mind.
Yeah. All right, so that's it. I think Seth Rollins. I mean, the Evolved Seth Rollins clearly plays into the way we like to fight, which is fast and get it done quickly, with a little bit of a risk because his health is so low. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.
Komoda.